Here with ACU coach Britt Bonneau. His team survives and advances, a final score of 6-3. And you've seen a lot of things in 17 years, some great pitching performances, but I would have to believe that Ty Taylor's performance, 8 1/3 innings, 130 pitches, 3 runs, only 2 of which were earned, that's going to go down, won't it, as one of the great postseason pitching performances that you've seen?
Absolutely, and it was a do-or-die game where we needed the win, and you know, we talked about that on the bus last night, that we need our pitchers to give us 8 innings and then get the ball to our bullpen, and he was able to do that. And when you're able to do that, and the way we've been swinging the bat the last 2 games, I mean, we were able to get a W. And if we continue on this kind of trend, I mean, we're going to be able to go deeper into this tournament.
Ty gets the win, and he goes 130 pitches, as we say. You sent him out for the 9th inning. Tell me about some of the thought process.
Well, we just figured, you know, he wanted to go out there, and in the last inning he had thrown, you know,
8 pitches.
Maybe 8 pitches, and I asked the catcher, hey, how we going? How's he doing? He's actually throwing better right now. So I said, okay, we're going to let him go out until a guy gets on, and I just stuck to that. I didn't want to go to the bullpen when we had 2 guys on in the winning and the tying run at the plate and put more pressure on them. And so we went right to Hahn, who had success against these guys, in my opinion, against the guys that were coming up, and you know, he was able to throw the right pitches.
So you guys get the 6-3 win. You advance to a 3:30 Sunday first pitch. You won't know who you're going to play until the games later on today here. You've now scored 14 runs in 2 games after a series against Angelo State that was, I know, really frustrating to you because you had opportunities against Angelo last weekend, final regular season series, and you couldn't push them across. You've scored early these last couple of games.
Yeah, and our guys are loose. I mean, we showed up this morning. They're out there. They're playing flip. They're doing a lot of things. They're energized. They don't want to leave. And when you have a lot of seniors and they're holding on to their last kind of the end of the rope, you know what? I felt like they didn't play tight at all today, and that's a good sign. And then you know, Ty went out there and gave us like I said, they gave us a great game. And we just need to, you know, like I said, we're just going to keep riding the middle. That's what we got to do. It's a tournament type setting, and we still got, in our opinion, we still got 2 or 3 guys that can go out there and beat the opponents that we're about to face.
Let's talk about that, because your team will have to win 2 games on Sunday and then win 2 games on Monday if you're going to win the conference tournament. Being realistic, you probably have to win this tournament to get into the NCAA playoffs. You'd get the automatic bid if you won the tournament. Do you have a set starter in mind for the 3:30 game tomorrow, or are you going to wait and see who it is, who you play?
Well, we're pretty sure that Austin's going to get that. He's thrown very well against Angelo if we have to play them, and he's thrown very well against Texas A&M Kingsville, and WT's never seen him, so why not throw him against them too? So we feel like he's one guy in the last 2 outings of the last 2 weekends. He's thrown really well, and we figure that he's in the best shape of any pitcher we got. He can give you 8 innings. I mean, he can give you 9, and he did it last year in the conference tournament.
Yeah,
so,
that's right.
So he's a guy that we feel like that is rested and can have the ball, and he's a left-hander that a lot of people have trouble hitting, and he's upper 80s, lower 90s, and we think we can win behind him.
And he threw strikes against Angelo State last week.
Oh, he threw strikes. He was in command. He took control of the game, and that's what we're going to have going into that game.
Last thing, you guys are now under you. You're 9-1 in second-round elimination games. The only time you've gone 0-2 to start a Lone Star Conference tournament, been knocked out, was your 2nd year on the job. What do you attribute that to?
I think it has to go.
Great coaching, probably.
Probably. I mean, you know, you throw that out there first. And
Why did Lance laugh when you said that?
And then you go back to who do you have to throw the second game?
Yeah.
And who's the guy that's going to keep the momentum going, keep the energy going, and then do you have the right guys on their team that want to win, that want to go out there and stay in the hunt and play for something? And we have guys that are doing that. And nobody wants to be in that game. And so you might as well go out there and play hard, because there's a good chance the other team doesn't want to be there either. And if you'll just play hard and play with some enthusiasm, you win that game. And our guys have always bought into that. And plus, they want more meal money.
And they'll get it. 2 of the 3 guys on the roster who were on the roster when ACU last made it to the NCAAs, Travis Schutze and Ryan Lucky, scored 2 runs each today. The Wildcats get a big 6-3 win over Incarnate Word, and then they'll play Sunday at 3:30 p.m. against a yet-to-be-determined opponent, which you can find out right here later on Saturday on ACUSports.com. For Britt Bonneau, I'm Grant Boone for ACUSports.com.